Welcome to the new topic in magnetic circuit. Last lecture we were discussing the hysteresis and the hysteresis loss, and we have discussed the BH curve. Now today's topic of discussion is electromagnetic induction. So this is the most important topic in magnetic circuit. We will discuss what is electromagnetic induction. So we have seen the electromagnetic devices when you will be converting the electrical energy to mechanical energy and vice versa, then it is known as electromechanical device. So any electromechanical device will generally operate under this law that is known as electromagnetic induction. So what is electromagnetic induction? We will see. So electromagnetic induction is basically the phenomena by which an EMF is induced. So what is induced? An EMF in a circuit, and then a current will flow in the circuit when it is closed condition. So when magnetic flux linking with it changes, then it is called electromagnetic induction. So electromagnetic induction, again let us define. It is the phenomena by which an EMF is induced in a circuit, and hence a current will flow when the circuit is closed when magnetic flux linking with it is changing, and this is known as electromagnetic induction. Okay, so if there is a change in the magnetic flux, so magnetic flux has to change. If the magnetic flux is constant, this law will not operate. So the changing factor is magnetic flux. So once the magnetic flux is changed, then a EMF will be induced. Once the EMF is induced and if the circuit is closed, then a current will flow. So this is the phenomena of electromagnetic induction. Now let us understand the electromagnetic induction with the help of an example. So here in the first example we have taken a bar magnet and in motion. So here if you see that there is a bar magnet with north south pole, and you have another magnetic circuit where it is a coil is owned on a magnet and there is a galvanometer connected to measure the EMF. So if the magnet is in motion, then what will happen? There will be a changing in the flux linkage in the circuit. So if there is a change in the flux, then obviously an EMF will be produced. So here we are basically changing the we are producing the motion in the magnet. Now in the second case, if there is a motion in the coil, so this is your coil. Now if the coil is moved to and fro near to the bar magnet, then also the flux linking will change and the galvanometer will show the deflection to produce the EMF. So electromagnetic induction will generally take place when there is a change in the magnetic flux. Now this change in the magnetic flux can be produced either by moving the magnet or moving the coil. So you have two possibilities of changing the flux, and in both the possibilities an EMF will be produced due to the phenomena known as electromagnetic induction. Now in this electromagnetic induction, the famous laws will come, what is known as Faraday's law. So we will discuss what are Faraday's laws. So the law will explain the working of principle of most of the electric motors, generators, transformers and inductors. So if you see any type of devices in electrical engineering, whether it is a motor, generator, transformer or inductor, basically depends upon the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The relationship between electric circuit and magnetic field will now come through. So you will see that in electromagnetic induction, both magnetic field will be there and there will be an electric circuit, and the relationship between the two will be there. So again we have taken a bar magnet with a north pole and a south pole, and there is a coil or a loop. So and the coil is closed with the help of a galvanometer, so it is measuring the EMF, and there is a direction of motion of the magnet. So we know that Faraday has given two laws. So let us see the first law. What is the Faraday's first law? So Faraday's first law states that any change in the magnetic field of a coil of wire will cause an EMF to be induced in the coil. So this is your coil, and in this coil, if there is a change in the flux, and this flux can be produced by the movement of the magnet or the movement of the coil, then there will be an EMF induced in the coil. The EMF induced is known as the induced EMF because it is not the direct EMF that is produced, it is induced because of the change in the flux. That is why it is known as induced EMF. And if the conductor circuit is closed, now if you close the circuit, the current will also circulate through the circuit, and the current is called induced current. So induced EMF is generally the EMF which is produced by electromagnetic induction due to changing of the flux linkage, and if you want the current to be passed, then the circuit has to be closed. Now, what are the methods to change the magnetic field? So you can either move the magnet towards or away from the coil, that is, the magnet is in motion, the coil is stationary. So this is your stationary term. So coil is stationary and your magnet is moving. Your magnet is moving. So magnet is moving and coil is stationary. Now you are moving the coil into or out of the magnetic field. So here your coil is moving. So coil is moving and your magnetic field is stationary. So two cases we have discussed, either moving the coil or the magnet. Third case is if you change the area of a coil placed in the magnetic field. So third case, you need to change the area of the coil placed in the magnetic field. Fourth case, by rotating the coil relative to the magnet. So here we are changing the area, here we are rotating the coil. Okay, so in the four cases, always the flux linkage will change. So d phi by dt will change. So change in the flux linkage will be there. So if there is a change in the flux linkage, then obviously an EMF will be produced. So you can see with this diagram, there is a coil, and there is a magnet. So there is a magnet and there is a coil, and this magnet is either moving towards the coil or away from the coil. This magnet is either rotating or the coil is rotating, or there is a change in the area between the coil and the magnet by changing it. So any of the method if you use, then there is a change in the flux. So there is a d phi by dt term, that is the change in the flux with respect to time, and this will result in the production of the EMF in the circuit, and if the circuit is closed, then the current will pass. Now what is Faraday's second law? Let us see. So it states that, now in the first law you have seen that the EMF is produced. Now Faraday's second law is dealing with the magnitude of the EMF. Magnitude of the EMF, and the EMF is induced where? The coil. So the EMF is induced in the coil, and what about its magnitude? That will be described by Faraday's second law. So it's equal to the rate of change of the flux that link with the coil. So we have discussed that when there is a d phi by dt term, that is the rate of the change of the flux, then basically an EMF is produced. And EMF is produced. Now what is the magnitude of the EMF that we are going to discuss? So the magnitude of the EMF, if you see, then it is given by minus n d phi by dt. So the flux linkage of the coil is the product of the number of turns in the coil and flux associated with the coil. So n is the number of turns of the coil, d phi by dt is the rate of the change of the flux, and there is a negative sign. We will see what is this negative sign is all about, and this is the induced EMF. So the negative sign that is appearing here in the minus sign is given to the right hand side expression, which indicates that EMF is induced in such a direction which will oppose the cause. So this negative direction has nothing to do with the magnitude. So if we are just concentrating on the magnitude of the induced EMF, we have to say it is equal to n d phi by dt. Whereas the minus sign generally indicates that the EMF direction, and it is to oppose the cause which produces. So the cause is basically the flux. So due to the change in the flux, the EMF is produced. So it will oppose the cause that produces it according to Lenz's law. So in the first law, we have seen how the EMF is produced due to electromagnetic induction and how the flux linkage changes because of changing of the direction of the movement of the magnet or the coil. And second law will be dealing with the magnitude of the EMF, which is equal to n d phi by dt with a negative sign, which is indicating that the direction of the EMF will oppose the cause for which it produced. The cause is basically the change in the flux, and this change in the flux is given by the Lenz law, which will be our next topic of discussion. Thank you for now.